Hello, good afternoon. 21 October 21st, 2020. So you can see this video is about Candina history. How can we define whether it was 130, 125, 122, 100 years? Well, tides go up and down. I believe shore companies measure time, but C companies, we have a different attitude. And this is the cap that Captain Antonio Candina was given by the British government for saving the steamship Hapagus, 1917. And it was presented, I believe it is 10th of May 1917, yes. And so this is the book that we finally got it done. It took us some time since he working in Aramburu pharmacy. It's a beautiful history. His father died. He was a teacher, his father. And so he was put as a boy in a pharmacy in Plencia, whereby it was a maritime school 60 meters from the pharmacy. That's where he knew how to ride because his father was a teacher, and before dying young, then taught him how to ride and read. It was a competitive advantage. So in the pharmacy, he was very useful writing the recipes, and I try to do as best I can. Try to write some recipes also. And so in 1899, he wrote in that pharmacy, "I want to be a maritime officer." You can read the exciting history of the story in the sea story in this book, and I hope that you enjoy the data of how it went from him towards him, Jose Maria Candina, Antonio. Captain Antonio had a very long life, but had to suffer civil war. Two sons died. No, it was four. One of them sank in close to Goole in the UK, and so close to Yorkshire, where I studied university, sank with the ship because another ship collided, and so he stayed with the ship like they used to do. It was Captain Ezekiel. It was his last trip also. 23, 24-year-old. He was his eldest son died and sank with the ship. So this is the kind of stories that we working in the maritime business have to fight against, and we continue with the tradition. Then he was number two, Jose Maria Candina, same name as me. And he died 29 because peritonitis, and those times it was far away from a city. They could not get operated until they found out the problem. The infection had spread, and so then my late father, Jose, also did not even meet his father. So it's a question of tradition, and unfortunately, I touch wood, it would not happen again. But it happens that there is some really sad stories in that book, but there is also the continuity. And then my late father took the different businesses after the war, and all this is written in the book, and I hope you enjoy. We are continuing to write the business. And in approx 1987, right when I finished university at Hull, then 2 years later, I came from another company of a fish farming clam factory, which planted 45 million clams. And after that, 2, 3 years later, my father told me he was going to close this company. And I told him, no, you are not. No way, Jose. Yes. And since 1988, that I started slowly taking over the business, now already is about 25 years or 30, no, 30, 32 years approx. Because in shipping, you never know when you start, you see. I remember when my late father used to bring ship owners home when I was 5 years old, and used to have dinner, Norwegian, American ship owners. And did it start then? Did the story start when Antonio Candina was 14 years old or even 11? And he was receiving crew members, officers and crew from exotic destinations, going to the pharmacy with remedies. And did that motivation start then, there? Uh, yes. Or is it enough motivation to save the crew of a steamship in the First World War? Is it? I don't know. Well, it's just a tradition, and sometimes the sea tradition. If you live close to the sea, you smell the sea. You live by the sea. Also in sports, you like the sea. Then it really, the sea looks at you. Am I right? If you look at the sea looks at you. And so this is the amazing story. I hope you enjoy, and take note that every time I speak about intrinsic value, then it is not just by one wage per year seafarer or officer, but it is also 10 indirect. But if you look at it from that position, what this boy, 14-year-old, generated in the company, there's another little thing called reputation. Now we have doctors, we have economists, we even had his daughter, Asun. She was one of the first female. Emma Kunde is a Basque society for females, and really they fought very hard for the rights of women. And so there's a huge bunch of tradition, and the reputation is something that we have to keep in mind also. In shipping, it's very easy to lose it, and it's very hard to win it, and so you have to do it daily. And unfortunately, Jose, second generation, did not have much time to continue, but he left a couple of kids, and one of them followed the tradition. So he did a very good job. Thank you. Then, my late father also. Thank you very much. Of course, my late mother. And then, here I am. So, after 33 years, almost, let's say, 25% of the cake, it is in my back. And so I'll have to swim open waters. And I thank you, clients, this more than 100 years. Without you, nothing. Then seafarers, increase the database. Let's go digital. This is digital world. We are just, I am mathematician, a statistician. Ask your friends to read that book so they get motivated. This was a captain, could be a chief engineer, could be an bosun, AB steward that generates this tradition in the family. There's so many seafarers that have been swimming together generations and bringing so much value to the countries and not have been rewarded so well in the society because they bring remedies like him, yes, Antonio, Captain Antonio, and Jose, yes. So, see, Jose, for example, he was the second and kid, and the first kid died when he was Ezekiel 25 years old in Yorkshire, wool sailing, merchant ship, yes. Uh, so they used to bring iron to the UK and then coal back down, and so that was the industrial revolution. Yes. So revolution, sorry, and that was how business started. Now it's a digital revolution, but we will find remedies like him, and we will find energy like him, because he was appointed to take over as his eldest brother, Captain Ezekiel, died. So we all are appointed by the sea. You too. Question is, let's keep on swimming. Open seas, firm direction. Long term is the most interesting value. Not just for me, not for you, but for the others, which then we will be in the back one day. And then today we have to thank you, ship owners, for this so many years. The seafarers too, the office workers. I always forget about you, yes, because uh, that's the priority. But I am also an office worker and I never do things correct. I am a perfectionist, therefore it is hard to work with me. But I thank you a lot for staying so long, these loyal workers of mine, of my company, and of this Candina family. So you are also members of the family. We not only get the good things, now and then we get some bad things. So this is what being a tight family is. But just let's go together this digital world and then compete, because we are there again. Jose Candina was number 2 in the world crew management company with 2,000 seafarers on board. Now we are approaching 2,000 seafarers, and of course my goal is to beat my late father. So, dear ship owner, here I am, here we are again, and well, about the 5th generation nothing has been written yet, and still it's too early to say nothing about it. But yes, if you look at the horizon looks at you from all different cost of opportunity areas. If all are related to the sea, then, and if you live close to the sea too, then it is easier to get the feel of it. And but that's all I can say about 5. So for the moment, thank you very much indeed for buying that book, reading it, and explaining it is possible to generate intrinsic value in your family for 4 generations. 100 and over years. If you have a small, medium business, whatever it is, you can do that. And if you are a millennial and Z generation, you can read that book and learn how difficult times, yes, it is, but that makes us harder and really makes us a family, like a sea family. And so, everybody, ship owners, crew members, office personnel, yes, we are a family, whichever the order I state is, because I learned never to forget about that order. And please follow what you learn from these huge people. Thank you. We will keep on writing stories. Bye.